Don't ever do this to your Toyota Tacoma, or any truck for that matter. Well, good evening everybody, and welcome back to Robmotive. And that's right, don't ever do this to your Toyota Tacoma or any truck or vehicle for that matter. Now, I'm going to get to what I'm talking about in just a second, but real quick, I just wanted to mention the hood struts. You know, I put these on, I don't know, maybe a couple weeks ago, something like that, and I'm under the hood of my Tacoma frequently. So the hood's always going up and down. I always had to screw with this stupid rod. I don't have to do that anymore because I have the hood struts. A thing I like about these, there's a few things I like about them. One, the hood is nice and high now. I don't ever have to worry about it being in my way. I mean, look at how much space I have to do things under the hood now. I love that. The other thing, of course, is the opening and the shutting. This makes it pretty easy. It's assisted, if you will. You just shut it, and then when you want to open it, you just give it a push. It does the rest by itself. I love that. But anyway, that's not the topic of this video. What I'm talking about is spraying out your engine bay. You know, I know there are a lot of people out there that take their trucks off-road, right? They drive through the mud and stuff, and inevitably, you're gonna get mud and junk splashed into your engine bay. And your first inclination might be to take it to one of those quickie wash places, grab that big high-powered washer thingamajigger, and spray it all off, because it'll look better, and it makes it easy to do it that way, right? And all the mud and junk that's on there is gonna end up on the floor of their business, not your garage or driveway. But I say, don't do that. You know, a lot of other people I know may do it if it just gets dusty. You know, my truck's not a big off-road king, so if anything, I get dust in there, and it's amazing how much actually builds up from just having the truck sit in the driveway or the garage. But I'm not gonna use a hose, and I'm gonna show you why right now. Okay, we're looking at the engine bay of my truck, and of course it's pretty new, right? So everything in here is nice and shiny clean. Even the paint that I did on top of the cover there. There's no dust, not much. I'm sure you could find some if you looked a little bit, but there's not much in the way of dust in here. But eventually, it is gonna get covered. It's just the way that it goes. Now, why do I say you shouldn't spray it off? And I know there are some people that do, probably the same people that complain about little electrical gremlins or problems down the road. See, if you look under the hood, there are areas, of course, that you don't want water to get into. Particularly little connections like this. I mean, look at the top of this connection, right? It's open. There's no way that you're gonna spray off the truck without having water end up down inside the MAF sensor. Now, or at least the wiring for it. Now, if that happens and something shorts out in there, you're gonna have a problem. You're gonna have a nice shiny check engine light show up in your gauge cluster. There's no reason why that should ever happen. If anything, grab a rag and just start wiping. That's not a big deal. Let's go over to the battery. I mean, the battery itself, you know, it has this little cover on it, right? But it's not waterproof. I mean, obviously, stuff can get underneath here. Not a big deal. Easily to do, right? Or easily done. So you don't want water and stuff getting around on the positive terminal of your battery. Bad enough if it hits the negative. You don't want to do any of that. Down here underneath, we have other electrical connections. If you look right here, there's a connection here as well. And while it is sealed, or it appears to be, there's still room for water to get down around in here. I mean, it's probably not perfectly sealed. I wouldn't be surprised. Over here on the brake area, we have another little connector here. Perfect spot for water to get inside, under here. And I'm really talking about using one of those high-powered washers, right? I mean, those things feel like they could cut right through your skin if you touched them. Think how easy it would be for water and stuff to get down in here. There's no reason to do that. Looking here in the back, we have more connectors. There's a connector right there, for example. They're all over the place. There's a connector down there. You just don't want to risk it, and I don't see any reason why you would want to do it. Just doesn't make a lot of sense to me, particularly if your truck is brand new and you decided to run it out for the weekend and get it all covered in mud. Why you would want to risk having any kind of electrical problems, shorts, gremlins, whatever, by spraying water on your engine bay. I've never understood why people do that. So gee, Rob, what is the solution then? Well, it's really pretty simple. This is the solution, and it is a solution. Actually, for me, it's just a spray bottle full of water, and I've added in here about 6, 7, 8 drops, something like that, of just dishwashing detergent. Gives you a nice, good solution to be able to spray on stuff. And by the way, if you use an ammonia-free dishwashing detergent or soap, you can also wash your tinted windows with it. You want to make sure that you don't spray your tinted windows with an ammonia solution, because that will eat away at your tint. So it's multi-purpose. Pretty simple to do. Fill one of these up, grab yourself one of these little rags. Certainly you've got these laying around somewhere, right? And just start spraying and wiping stuff down. I'm assuming that you didn't go through a mud hole that was so deep that your engine bay was submerged, so that you don't have mud in there that's 3 inches thick. If you do, you probably have bigger problems anyway. You're probably still sitting out there with a tow truck waiting for them to come and pull you out. But anyway, just take a rag, just take some of this solution. It's pretty simple. I'm sure you hopefully have some kind of dishwashing detergent. If you don't, it's pretty cheap to buy some at the grocery store. Now, don't spray directly. You saw in there those little gaps or little areas where water could get down in those connectors. You don't want to spray this on top of them. Just spray the rag and wipe them down if you need to. Stay away from those areas with any running liquid. Just simple to do. Anyway, I was just thinking about that because I see posts occasionally from people who talk about taking their truck to one of those mobile wash places, you know, those drive-through wash places, and hosing down their engine bay. That's crazy to me. I can't imagine ever doing that. You know, I've even seen some people that have stated they think it's okay if they just leave the truck running. Because in driving around, I mean, if it's raining outside, water could get in there anyway, so it should be okay, right? No, it's not okay. Don't do that. Anyway, leave a comment. I'd be curious to hear what you have to say. Do you disagree with me? Oh, I'm sure there probably are some people that do. I know there are. But for me, it's just common sense. You don't spray water on electrical connections. Why would you do it? Leave a comment. Let me know what you think. Also, real quick, I do have 2 additional channels. Robmotive FST, all about my 2021 Toyota Tundra. And Robmotive JT, all about my 2020 Jeep Gladiator. Check them out, and if you're interested, why not subscribe? Don't forget to click that notification bell so that you don't miss out on any upcoming videos. And do me a favor, smash that subscribe button on the way out. Thanks for watching. Stay safe out there. Bye.